This is a Bible. It's full of stories about Jesus, who was a real guy who really lived and really did amazing things. Really. And Jesus really shows us the best way to live, the best way to love people, and the best way to be generous. Let's dive in with the Diving Banana.
Hey Kids Club, I'm Chris.
And I'm Terrence, but you can call me T. And Chris, why are we here with all of these dinosaurs?
Oh, patience, T-Hopper. All will be revealed. Today we're talking about how Jesus was generous. And speaking of being generous, I've got something I want to give you, T, and you, Kids Club.
Oh, what's that?
A choice.
A choice? Cool. I love choices.
Okay. Would you rather have the ability to fly like a bird or to swim like a fish?
Fly like a bird. Now I have one for you.
Ooh, fun.
Would you rather be able to freeze time or go back in time?
I think freeze time. Would you rather get a chance to design a brand new toy or a brand new sneaker?
Toy. Another for you. Would you rather live in an amusement park for a weekend or live in a zoo for a weekend?
A zoo. Now, would you rather be super strong or super fast?
Super fast. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or read into people's minds?
Oh, animals for sure. Now, would you rather be really cold or really hot?
Oh, really cold. Would you rather do something spur of the moment or take your time and plan it out?
Ooh, I love it when things are fast and fun. I mean, remember Minute Makes where we asked people to make something fun in under a minute? It was so exciting to see people think creatively and think quickly in such a short amount of time.
I bet that helps with growing your creativity muscles.
It does. But sometimes when I make something quickly, it doesn't quite turn out the way I want it to, and sometimes I wish I had the time to redo it or go back and try something new.
Can they combine the bridges to make it work? It looks like it could just work. There's length. But it's down.
Told you it wasn't gonna work.
I don't understand what's the problem.
Your marshmallows are way bigger than ours. Do you see these little things?
Penalty, failure to work together.
I get that. Sometimes I want to do something generous for a friend or a family member, and I want to do it now, and that can be cool. But when I really want to do something that means a lot, I usually take my time and really plan it out.
Makes sense. Hey, I have another choice for you. Would you rather see how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, or see what happens when we combine mints with Diet Coke?
Diet Coke, please.
Mentos, Diet Coke, little loady tube thing. Here we go. Can you just hold that? Hold that still. Okay. Good. Do not release. Okay.
Almost there.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. All right, here we go.
That change happened so quickly. 1 second it was just a bottle of Diet Coke, and the next there was a Coke explosion.
Oh, whoa! Just like Jesus.
Wait, Jesus was like a soda explosion?
No, I mean, things could change quickly around Jesus.
Tell me more.
Well, like one time he was teaching a whole crowd of people and then he realized everybody was hungry. So he created food for an entire crowd out of one boy's lunch.
Oh yeah, or he might have plans to do something, but then he'd find out somebody needed him or they needed help, and he'd change the plans on the spot and talk to someone, or maybe even heal someone.
Yeah, and sometimes he really took his time with those people.
You're right. Sometimes Jesus did things super fast, and sometimes he did things really slowly. So I have one more would you rather for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
If you lived when Jesus was on earth, would you rather have seen Jesus perform a miracle quickly, like when he would heal someone or turn water into wine? Or would you rather have a conversation with Jesus, like he did with Zacchaeus or the woman at the well?
Oh man, both would be so cool, but I think I'd have to pick having a conversation with Jesus. I mean, I wonder what he would tell me, or what I would learn from him. Maybe it would be something like this.
God's story, miracles of Jesus. So part of God's story is about the miracles of Jesus, and it goes like this. The Bible tells us that God didn't originally create the world to have sickness, pain, and death in it, and that one day he will make everything new. Jesus, who was God's Son, came to the world and showed us how the world should be, and how it will be again someday. He did miracles. A miracle is something amazing that only happens because of God's power. Here are just a few of the miracles of Jesus. One day, Jesus and his disciples met a man who had been born blind. People thought this man must have done something wrong, and that's why he was blind. But Jesus didn't believe that. He said, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned. This happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." Then, Jesus spat on the ground, made some mud, and put it on the man's eyes. Then, he told the man to wash himself in a pool of water. After that, the man could see. Jesus had healed him of his blindness. Later, the man asked Jesus who he was, and Jesus told him that he was God's Son. Then the man worshipped and said, "Lord, I believe." Jesus didn't just want to heal this man's eyes. He healed the blind man so that he would believe in Jesus. Another time, Jesus went somewhere to be alone and pray, while his disciples went ahead in a boat. The wind started howling and the waves were really big when they saw someone walking across the water. At first they were afraid, but then they realized it was Jesus. Jesus said, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." After that, one of the disciples, Peter, decided to walk on the water toward Jesus. But after his first few steps, he got scared and started to sink. Jesus pulled him up and said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Jesus was saying that Peter didn't need to be afraid because Jesus has power over the wind and the waves and even the ability to walk on water. Another time, there was a Roman soldier who asked Jesus to heal his servant who couldn't walk. The Roman soldier knew that Jesus could heal his servant just by speaking a word. He said, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed." Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. Go, let it be done just as you believed it would." And the servant was healed at that very moment. This Roman soldier asked Jesus to heal his servant because he had faith. That means he trusted that Jesus would do this miracle. He believed that Jesus had power over everything, and Jesus was amazed by his faith. These are just a few of the miracles Jesus did, and he told his followers that they would do even greater things, like forgiving their enemies, telling people about God's love, and healing people. The miracles of Jesus are in the Bible so that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. John 20:31b. Jesus wasn't trying to impress people or put on a show. Every miracle Jesus did showed people the truth, that Jesus was the Son of God, and he came here to forgive us and free us from our sins. And he did that by taking the punishment we deserve. He died on the cross, and then did the greatest miracle of all. He came back to life. And that's a little about the miracles of Jesus. So, in case you missed it, Here's the quick version. A miracle is something amazing that only God can do. Jesus did miracles because he's God's son. He healed a blind man. He walked on water. He made a paralyzed man walk again. He died and came back to life. He came here to free us from our sins. And that's a part of God's story.
Those stories remind me that Jesus was always thinking about what other people needed.
Yep. He wanted good things for people, whether that meant healing a disease or a sickness they had, or by healing their heart and showing them how to be more like him. Jesus was surprising and generous with his time.
And in a minute, we'll find out how we can do that too.
Hey, did you know there's new kids club music? It's got hits like this.
You're good, you're good.
And this. And this.
Thank you for making me. Oh, 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 thank you for making me.
Find it on the Kids Club app, Spotify, or Apple Music.
Thank you for making me.
Hey. You ready for another surprise?
You know it.
All right, take this Alka-Seltzer tablet, put it on your tongue, and then take a drink of water, and then try to keep your mouth closed. And I'll try to do it too. Actually, let's do 2 each.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Seems simple enough.
Ready?
Just in the mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Just in your beard.
Grace, what was the point of that?
Oh, no point. Just funny. T, you want to know more about those dinosaurs we saw in the backyard earlier?
Yes.
Well, it's because we're at the house of my friend Dave, and he made those dinosaurs. You might even call them Davosaurs. Huh? No?
Let's just get to the part with Dave.
Okay. My friend Dave really loves making unique things for unique people. He spends time thinking about what would be really meaningful for them. And then he spends even more time planning it out and making it just right. In fact, I think he's got a story about a project that he worked on that took quite a while. Let's go talk to him. How about we start at the beginning? Tell us about the Loot Llama.
Oh yeah, the Loot Llama. The Loot Llama is a character in a video game called Fortnite. And anytime we saw the Loot Llama, it was delightful to see it. So then it became a question of, well, how could we make the Loot Llama? Was it something we got to build together, and then he wore it? And then it was also, as we were building it, we were talking about how could we give it away to somebody else afterwards.
We've also done some Halloween costumes along the way.
Yeah, we had a tradition of making his Halloween costume for years.
Any favorite costumes?
Boba Fett. I didn't know how to make that stuff, but we figured it out together. Or when he wanted to be Spider-Man, like I didn't know how to sew. I'm still not that great at sewing, but I'm good enough, you know? The Loot Llama was really fun. My son enjoyed that.
When you and your son started talking about making that, did you know how to do it? Did you
No.
have all the skills already?
That was one of those things where we just started talking about it, sketching it, and then we started building it. Like, we're not gonna make him look like a Loot Llama, but what if we made it look like he was riding a Loot Llama? It needs to be light enough for someone his size to carry it. So then it's like, okay, well then that kind of dictates that it would probably be cardboard and some other lightweight material. Just like every other project, whether you're making something or trying to figure out how to serve other people, there are gonna be challenges along the way, but that's not a bad thing. Challenges are just gonna happen. I'm paying attention to what's the main idea, who am I trying to serve, how am I trying to serve them. That sometimes solves the problem right there. And the thing that always keeps me focused is the fact that this isn't about me. This is me getting to do something for somebody else. So I always go back to what is the goal for the person I'm trying to serve. When I'm at my best, it's me serving others and not thinking about myself. I think God has gifted all of us with abilities. I think it's my responsibility to grow those things God has given me and to serve others with those abilities. Everybody's got their own unique skills and abilities. However serving looks for you, grow those skills. If you enjoy cooking food for other people, then what's it look like to cook more? Or if you like to write notes to other people and encourage them, then how are you writing notes more often? The examples are endless, just like the amount of people that God made unique.
Thanks, Dave.
My pleasure.
That was awesome. I wonder if I can make a Spider-Man glove.
Kids Club, your challenge this week is to make a plan to do something for someone else. Take a little time to notice what someone you care about might need.
And then think about how you might be able to do or create something special for them. Can't wait to see what you come up with.